his life years back. And that fight in particular tonight has fireworks written all over it.
Cannot wait, but let's get to the official word by Garrett Fertig.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean steps in and stops the contest at 1 minute 36 seconds of the third and final round. Declaring your winner by TKO, St.
Wow, welcome back. Welcome back, St. John. Congratulations to Tyson Miller on an amazing fight. You can hold your head high, you can be proud, you can go into your next fight with more fans, more clout. That was amazing. And St. John, welcome back, man. And it was a long journey off, and props to you for having that heart in the fire in your gut that wanted to make you do this again. So we're glad to have you. Thank goodness that we got that fight on A1 Combat.
Corey McKenna's going to get a word with the victorious St. John Smith.
Woo, look at that mouth guard.
Okay, I'm here with your winner, St. John Smith. First of all, wow. Secondly, first thing we want to address, everybody here is wondering, why haven't we seen you in so long?
Injuries, man. Freaking injuries. But hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you so much, my Reno friends and family, for being here. Everybody at El Adobe and Reno watching at home, what's up? Thank you so much.
Okay, your mom grabbed me as I was coming into the cage, and she told me that they call you St. James, is it? This wasn't a very saintly performance. What do you got to say? This was a very dominant striking performance right here. How'd you feel?
You know when your mom says your real name at you when you're a kid and stuff? It's St. John. That's when I'm in trouble. That's why they used to call me the Saint, but I'm no saint. Believe that.
You're undefeated. That was a phenomenal performance. What's next for you?
I don't know. I give it like a B, but it was like 6 years. 6 years in the making. I tore both my ACLs by the time I was 22. Bro, just overcoming injuries left and right. I'm a very active person, and I'm very fortunate to have my team, the Reno Academy of Combat, Peyton Talbot, keeping it alive for us, keeping me inspired, and the main reason I'm here, outside of supporting my team, my family, my friends, and myself, I've been working on a project now for over 5 years and going on 4 years now officially as a 501c3 nonprofit. Everybody, like I said, the main reason I'm here is to get people united by nature, man. I've been taking part in running a nonprofit called Green Vibe out of Reno, Nevada. We have been in one active organization in the last 3.5 years since 2020. My brothers and I have been organized. We have organized over 900 people, 35 community cleanups to remove over 100,000 pounds of trash, pollution, and waste from our Truckee Meadows watershed and our Truckee River. And I'm just looking for support. We're looking for support. That's why I'm here.
Okay, congratulations on your win. An amazing performance and an amazing message. Give it up for Sinjay.
Uriah, it's impossible not to love St. John Smith, especially after that performance and his message.
Yeah, the message. It feels good to have things you're passionate about. Seems like a great cause. I'd love to help support it myself, and I want some of that food, man. I'm a foodie. I'm a health nut. I'm going to talk to him more about that. Maybe we can give us more love on these A1 Combat shows, because what a great cause. And what a great performance. Man, that's going to go down in history.
Certainly will. You're both giving back to the community in your own ways. And St. John Smith, he plans on launching even more projects with Green Vibe this year and next year, and he's going to do it still undefeated. Congratulations, St. John Smith. Do not go anywhere. We have 3 fights left, and the action will not stop.
He loves to fight. He loves violence. Fighting is my calling. I'm one of the best fighters in the world. Oh! I ain't slowing down. I ain't stopping. I want the title. Let's do this. Strickland. And now Strickland's talking to him. Oh, my goodness. Absolute
insane.
Sean Strickland has produced one of the biggest upsets in UFC championship history.
Right through the struggle.
But here is the South African finisher, Dracus du Plessis.
He's a huge, powerful middleweight.
And this man has got a serious point to prove. Dracus du Plessis, do you believe it?
Wow.
Title fight next.
I have too much power. Nothing's going to stop me.
It is going to be a war.
The MMA leader in the Great White North. Woo!
Here we go, folks. Sean Strickland. I will fight who you put in front of me. Let's go.
Dracus du Plessis.
He's an absolute tank. He smashes people.
I want to become the first South African UFC champion.
This title is vacant. Will now crown a new queen atop the 135-pound division.
Raquel Pennington. She has a lot of ways to win and a lot of experience.
But Warner Silva's never lost in this weight class.
She loves to fight. Two sensational matchups.
As if you couldn't be more excited for mixed martial arts tomorrow night. Fight of the year potential. Strickland and du Plessis. Oh my goodness. That is going to be a spectacle. But without further ado, let's go back to Garrett Fertig.
Set now to make his way, Miguel Ceja.
It's now time to head to the flyweight division. And fighting out of Rounders MMA, coming in on a 3-fight win streak, including a victorious debut for A1 Combat back in September. At A1 Combat 14 via armbar is Miguel Ceja. The Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt is 2-0 thus far throughout 2023, and now is looking to make an early impact in 2024. He comes in 3-1 as a professional with 1 knockout and the aforementioned submission. Big moment here for Miguel Ceja, Corey.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what he brings into the cage here tonight. I was fortunate enough to actually commentate and interview him after his last fight. Very exciting fighter. You know, I very much so enjoy the flyweight division just because the guys are so fast and so technical. So really excited for this fight here tonight.
And you know, Urijah, we're talking about the main event. That's going to be a flyweight clash to where the winner, you know, could be lining themselves up for a title shot. But you look at these two right now, big moment here. A victory could put them in contention as well.
Oh yeah, Miguel's amazing. Terrence, I love watching that kid fight.
Yeah.
Both young and exciting. Very stacked division at 125 pounds. And this is going to mean a lot tonight. The main event's going to mean a lot tonight. This matchup in particular has another fight of the night potential written all over it.
Well, thus far, it has been complete fire from start to finish with every fight as Ceja enters the cage and awaits his opponent.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Terrence Sater.
Drinking beer, eating noodles, punching faces. Those are the 3 favorite hobbies of Terrence Wrong Turn Saturn. The former California state champ as an amateur wrestler has now been battling in MMA for 6 years and was given the name Wrong Turn by his coach after his second fight. His coach looked at him and said, you know, you're the kind of guy that someone finds after making a wrong turn in a bad neighborhood, and when they look in your eyes, they know they're in trouble. So Urijah, not exactly the kind of guy you want living next door, but the exact guy you want to see in that cage.
Yeah, I mean, this guy throws caution to the wind. He's got a flashy style. You know, he believes in himself. He's the guy that's looking for the kill at all times, and he's a fluid striker, a creative striker, a dynamic striker, and that is something that we love about him. You know, he's had his one loss, which is a little bit of a grappling defeat. You know, the guy that he fought was a big guy for the weight class and was able to kind of, you know, put that wrestling pedigree and use size and kind of outmaneuver. But I know he's taking those lessons and building off it.
Well, with that said, Garrett Fertig, take us away. As we go to the tail of the tape, Terrence Saturn coming in 4-1, Ceja 3-1, 2-inch height advantage for Ceja and 1.2 pounds weight advantage for Ceja as well. This could be a firefight as we go to Garrett Fertig.
Streaming live on UFC Fight Pass, A1 Combat moves to the bantamweight division for our featured bout, presented by Kudo Snacks. Set now for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing first, the blue corner. Standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing 126 pounds to even, 1-0 at A1 Combat, 3-1 overall, riding a 3-fight win streak, representing Rounders MMA from Anaheim, California, Miguel Ceja Guitar. The red corner, standing 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing 124.8 pounds. In the A1 cage, he is 3-1, 4-1 overall, representing Nobody MMA and trained for life from Fairfield, California. Ladies and gentlemen, Terrence Longturn Saturn. Referee for our featured bout, David Shirley.
And while we're about halfway through this incredible night of action, we'd like to thank everyone from the team at UFC Fight Pass, and of course Urijah Time Anderson from A1 Combat.
Man, Mr. Dana Whitish himself, we call him. He puts so much effort into these shows, and you know, it's always me checking in, and I'm just knowing that he's working his butt off. So the amazing turnout tonight and the great night of fights is a big ode to what Dana Whitish, we call him, Tom Anderson, has put into this. So thanks, Tom. We love you, man.
Certainly an honor for me to be here, filling in for Ben Davis tonight, who's, I believe, abroad doing something amazing. So, wow. Oh, wow, look at that. Saturn is relentless. And, you know, Corey, Saturn said that he felt he was a little too one-dimensional at his loss back in April to Lake Guy, and he really has been focusing on being proficient in everything, including kickboxing and Muay Thai.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Terrence Saturn, to be fair. And I'm sure he was super critical after his fight with Lake Guy, but also Lake Guy himself is a phenomenal fighter. You know, he's undefeated. So it just goes to show the level that Terrence Saturn is working at here.
Yeah, Lake Guy was also a state wrestler in California, and you know, a 35-pounder with a lot of success, and made that drop down. So he had his hands full, and he did well. Just was you know, outmaneuvered just a bit on the ground. Now he's in trouble again. We got a nice triangle that's not locked in the bend of the knee, which needs to happen for triangles. But in MMA, these little moments where you're pinned and you have to defend the choke give us some big opportunities for elbows and punches, and that can turn into a super tight takedown, and that's what we're looking for from Miguel Ceja. He's almost there, the bend of the leg. Right now, he's doing a double attack. He's got the arm in there.
He's forcing that shoulder
Terrence
into it.
He's doing a good job. He's almost out, and now he gets his shoulders through, and he's now in the clear. So head-to-head is what Terrence is doing here. I think that's a good option. Miguel needs to get his hips away to start doing offense again.
Great job from Ceja for staying active in these positions. You know, like you say, a lot of times you get eager and you just want to hunt those submissions, but he did a great job of landing elbows, and I believe he has cut Saturn open here as he bleeds on Ceja.
Certainly has. He's gotten a couple of really powerful close shots, and strong start here by Ceja.
Yeah, and you don't like to see blood, but blood schmud, as they say. This is the fight game. We're going to see some blood. We love it. We welcome it. Just as long as it doesn't stop these beloved fights.
Well, we saw plenty of it last fight.
Armbar attempt from Ceja. Good job from Saturn for staying, you know, aware in these positions. He's doing a good job of clearing the legs, keeping his hips square. As Faber mentioned with the head positioning, I actually think Ceja is cut open on the bridge of the nose now that we get a new camera angle.
Yeah, and you know, Saturn is doing all sorts of things right here on top, and Ceja has to have a little bit of an urgency to get out of the bottom. Yes, attempts are okay on the bottom, but not when you're getting plugged in the face. So doing the right thing. He's working towards a triangle here, at least keeping some sort of separation. Now he's transitioned to an armbar.
Ooh.
Basic jiu-jitsu.
Nice knees to the body there from Satan. I like those in those grappling positions. You know, it kind of like adds some damage, wears your opponent down. And body shots do add up in these fights, you know, with the cardio.
Yeah, I mean, these two guys, it's funny to look at these two guys, you know, put a baggy shirt on either one of these guys and walk them into any room and no one's going to be scared. But you watch these guys fight, these guys are a nightmare when it comes to attacking, doing damage, staying out of hairy situations. Oh, wow, look at that elbow right to the chin.
Saturn landing a bunch of shots. He is absolutely relentless.
Saturn's doing a really good job of keeping posture and doing some hand fighting in there. He keeps changing off hand fighting drills and then landing elbows in between punches.
I like this. Seha has a very active guard. You know, he's not closing his guard and trying to hold Satan on top of him. Satan's doing a great job of riding him out, controlling the position, following the hip, staying on top. But Seha's also doing a good job of keeping the movement going. You know, a lot of these jiu-jitsu guys, we often see, me and Faber talk about it a lot. We don't like seeing this closed guard in MMA. But yeah, great first round for both these guys here.
Yeah, and Miguel is continuing to try, he's continuing to push, he's continuing to create some sort of motion, but he's getting smacked, he's getting elbowed. He's got to do a little bit more if he's going to get freed up. He only has 15 seconds left to make it through the round, but, oh, the danger is let loose by the bell here. Saved by the bell. Oh, he came out with 2 seconds left. Whoa!
Nice, both guys breaking dirty.
Let's go. Now that's a stare down. Let's go.
That right hand landed.
We have a fight.
Right at the very end. We're seeing a plethora of offense from Saturn.
I cannot wait to see that stare down in a highlight reel. That was a beautiful stare down. That was like Animal Kingdom. Two guys bloody, just beat the crap out of each other, just looking for to take the other's soul. That was beautiful.
Urijah's shaking in his boots down there.
That was scary, man. I'm glad I wasn't looking eye to eye with either of those guys.
Well, thus far, flyweight action certainly not disappointing. I mean, Terrence Saturn was just non-stop after the opening 90 seconds, but Seha was doing wonderful on his back early on in that round. Look at that knee landing right to the ribcage.
Yeah, and Seha had a good position where he did some damage to the zone. He had a near triangle and landed some big elbows. But the end of the round means a lot, and I think Saturn at the end made an exclamation point. Not that the last couple of punches weren't a big win for Miguel. Now look at this, man. This is the fight game, baby. We love it, right, Corey?
Oh, definitely. It's as you mentioned, some fights make you want to get in there, and some fights make you glad you're on this side. But,
yeah, that's right. I'd like to be the ref, get right in the middle of that thing and just see the snot blood fly.
Well, that's what David Shirley's doing. Saturn in the red, Seha in the black.
I like
Whoa! Nice short one from Seha. I saw the head get jerked back of Saturn.
Saturn's doing a great job of pressuring Seha here. Beautiful takedown.
Nice shot. Wow.
Beautiful.
Collected the hips. Locking those hands. We've seen Corey do that time and time again. It's one thing to get deep on the hips. It's another thing to lock your hands. Terrence getting those hands locked was the perfect part of that takedown.
Hey, when you got these T-Rex arms, if they lock up, they ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, well, you got a world record, don't you?
I do.
Well, you know what they say about the T-Rex, right? Most dangerous dinosaur. So.
Exactly.
In wrestling, we call it. Oh, wow, look at that armbar attempt.
Oh, my.
That was slick. Oh, that's extended.
Could Seha be getting his second armbar in A1 combat.
Terrence does not strike me as the type of guy that's going to tap to an armbar, but that's deep.
And the nose is bleeding profusely, and it looks like he might be cut above the eye as well as he's able to get out.
Oh, man, another elbow. Now watching this, watch the hand fighting of Terrence. He does a really good job of controlling wrists and turning these over. We have something called the ground and pound drill, the elbow series that we do at our team, and he's doing some really cool things. I'm going to go back and watch this and maybe add to our game a little bit.
Yeah, that armbar was tight. Good job from Satan for staying composed in there, you know? Like, that was a very deep armbar. And hats off to Seha also for recognizing that he didn't have that and trying to initiate a scramble to start working onto something, you know, that could change the direction of this fight. Very impressed with both guys here tonight.
Seha's doing a good job with the guard. I mean, if you're not going to get out, at least tie up and look for little moments. Keeping his body elongated, not getting condensed, but Terrence has an answer for all these little things that his opponents do incorrectly. And those elbows are nasty. Another armbar here. And Terrence is now bleeding in the eye. Both these guys have been through it, man.
My.
Oh, wow.
The shots by Seha now on the...
That's masterclass of bottom damage, you know.
And this goes back to what you were saying in the Pendel fight. This is MMA grappling right here. You know, Seha is using these positions to set up strikes. He may be on bottom, which in some people's eyes means he's losing, but he is causing damage to Satan right here.
I know a cute little UK girl that won a fight with a girl on her back. She's married now. She may be sitting next to me. Yeah, now she's beautiful. You used to be cute. Now you're grown. You know, now you're beautiful.
And this very same woman who was fighting in March, as a matter of fact.
That's right. Look at this is a great drill that we have here. Miguel is doing the right thing, but he's got to find his little moment to get up and restart this on the feet because he's only got 2 minutes left in this round.
Saturn's vision might be affected in that left eye, but he's still maintaining a decent amount of control here.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because if you go back and look at Slava Borshev's fights, he's had some blood in the eye and had to close the eye, got poked in the eye. We do our drills sometimes with our eyes closed, and it sounds like a Mr. Miyagi type of thing, but I do that especially for guys that come from kickboxing backgrounds because they got to be able to have that feel. Nice ground and pound from Terrence again, and Seha's got to find her way out. I mean, he's moving, he's got to get underhooks, he's got to get to a single leg, his whole body on the same side of his legs. He can't be split apart. He can't have his head on one side and his feet on the other. He's got to find a way to get some sort of motion and angles to escape here. Man, what a great night of fights tonight, huh? What a treat.
Yeah, it's just a testament to the matchmaking team at A1 Combat.
Oh,
brutal
Satan.
ground pound from Satan.
Nice combination, Seha, no answer there.
I like this. Seha has let go of that lockdown position, as Faber mentioned. You know, he's able to initiate scrambles here. He's able to throw up threatening submissions. Good job from Satan here, retaining posture, not allowing himself to get back in that armbar position.
There you go. The knee shield again. We call it the Z guard from Seha is valuable, but I feel like when he does it, he needs to understand when he's going to bend at the waist and when he needs to extend. When you're dodging punches, you can bob, weave, almost like you're standing up in that Z guard position with your knees together, but he's staying bent while he has a knee guard. And now he's doing a single leg guard. He's getting up.
Wow.
Terrence is doing a great job of following, and this is really him correcting some mishaps in his last fight, in my opinion.
Yeah, the fans have been spoiled here tonight. You know, we've had some striking master classes, grappling master classes. We've had it all.
Hey, and how fitting we're at Sac State University, a place full of classes. People are getting a lesson out there today, and this is the day after we made our big announcement that we're doing the first ever in the world Combat University, a university-backed MMA program, scholarships, scheduling. And look at this nasty ground and pound. Taking notes. I'm taking notes. This is nasty, man.
I mean,
Saturn,
he spent most of round two essentially in control time, just in a variety of different ways. Like you mentioned, really a masterclass thus far.
Yeah, and that's a tricky round, you know. Seha caused a lot of damage. He had submission attempts, which also counts in the judges' eyes. But Satan, as you mentioned, was on top, did have the controlling positions, and also landed a significant amount of ground and pound and damage himself. So,
yeah,
a very interesting fight on the judges' scorecards.
Yeah, it wasn't just laying prey on top and one guy throwing up attempts and doing damage from bottom. That was a very, very, you know, back and forth battle. Strikes from the top, strikes from the bottom, but I think the top position speaks a lot.
Satan just threw his bloody nose plug thing at us.
The old nose plug.
Saturn is an animal and ready to go. And Uriah, real quick, if people want to find out more about Combat University, where can they go on social media?
They can go to Sac State, on IG. I think it's State, S-T-A-T, to learn more about that. I've got a bunch on my Instagram, Urijah Faber, just spelled as is. We have a website set up through the Sac State University, and I'll get that website for you before the night is over, so you guys can check it out. Anybody that's interested in higher learning and world-class training, a real roadmap to a professional career, the opportunity to train at my gym with our team, Team Alpha, one of the top teams on the planet. Look into this program, guys. It's going to be game-changing and hopefully a program that's taken advantage of by a lot of people. And I think of people like Corey McKenna, who came over as a great student who decided to take this path. Michael Malott, that fights tomorrow out in Canada, a super intelligent guy that went to school. These are the kind of athletes that we'd like to highlight in this Combat U. These guys are having a great clinch work battle here.
I love the use of the elbows here from both guys. Saturn has cut open Seha yet again. I'm assuming that was the elbow, but we did see a clash of heads at the start of the round. A little bit of a dispute from Seha, but we continued with the action.
Well, the left eye of Saturn is cut open in a rough spot, but that is not causing any issues for wrong turn.
Oh, Seha's dripping bad. There's a puddle of blood underneath his head. This is nasty, man. I hope
both guys are wearing it here.
You know, the one thing we've got President Dr. Luke Wood watching on here, the founder of the Combat U, and he's an avid boxer, but in boxing they stop the blood. In MMA they fight right through it. So this has got to be unique to him to watching this tonight.
That cut is like an open tap. It's just dripping over there.
Both guys, man.
Big
suplex.
Brock Lesnar would have been proud of that German suplex.
Man, Miguel Seha, Terrence Saturn, Sinjin, Miller. What a friggin' night of fights.
When we said how difficult will it be to follow Sinjin Smith and Tyson Miller, well, enter Saturn and Seha.
Oh my gosh, I said it can't be better, it can just be different. This is definitely different. Oh, look at that, pow! Blood, guts.
Like you mentioned, we had a striking masterclass. This right here, this is a mixed martial arts masterclass. We've had grappling exchanges, striking, ground and pound. This fight has given us everything that we could ask for.
Man, I love to see mixed martial arts coming together. This is it, man.
Oh,
wow.
Beautiful knee.
Knee to the body, great takedown to follow.
And he immediately goes right into side control. And boy, this fight is a MMA photographer's dream.
Man, this is, yeah, this is, I like to see this on a Sac State brochure. They might skip this one, huh? Let's put this on the back page of the brochure with the blood gushing.
You may have to use that as a t-shirt for Combat University.
Yeah, that we could do. That we could do. We got Herc, the mascot. He's around for the press conference yesterday. Both legs in.
Minute and a half left here to work for Saturn.
Great transition there. Can he lock it in?
Man, and Seha saying, I'm fine, it's good. He's got it on my chin, he's not worried. It's not looking good for the judges here to sit, so he's got to find a way out, but...
And we've talked about this a lot, like in the other fight shows. All of this blood, all of this sweat, it makes these positions so much harder to control. So just hats off to these guys for being able to control these positions and still scramble, because it is slippery in there.
Yeah, this is an amazing fight. If they get some blood on Corey's shirt, I'm going to give them both a bonus. Got that white shirt, little blood for Corey. Whoa, nice.
I remember
nice up kick.
The first time I did interviews.
Wow, here we go, just as I asked for it.
Not gonna lie, I regret wearing this cream-colored suit right now.
Okay.
Final 40 seconds.
I'm glad the kids went home for this one. What a war, man. Not gonna be better, but different. That was this fight. Another great night of fights, man. Wow.
An absolutely relentless battle between Seha and Saturn. Coming to a close here. Who can finish with a flurry?
I don't want to see either of these guys lose right here. This fight is phenomenal.
And to Dana White, Mr. Tom Anderson, shout out for putting this match together. We might have to take the ish off his name. We have to take the ish off his name after these two fights. Whoa, big slam!
And that is how you emphasize a 3-round war.
Wow.
Terrence Saturn and Miguel Seha People are on their feet.
I am loving watching this crowd. We've got the educators here. We've got the spectators. We've got the future fighters. We've got the people that are glad they're done with it. Me. This is an amazing night.
Carol, the cut lady, tried to wipe the blood off of Seha's face. He said, no, leave it there. So he's definitely in his moment.
Wow. Corey McKenna is a brave woman to walk in that cage.
Yeah.
To interview whoever the very bloody winner is going to be.
The bet's off for the blood now, though. I meant off the side of the cage, Corey. Don't get your hopes up. You're definitely getting some blood on that shirt now.
I mean, Urijah, what else could be said about what we just witnessed between Seha and Saturn?
I mean, the truth is, both these guys have a great future. I mean, you want to talk about mixed martial arts at the finest, highest level. It's seeing striking, it's boxing, it's kickboxing, it's wrestling. It's the in-between that's new. It's its own animal now. These guys showed all of it tonight. I'm excited for Miguel to go back and watch this and learn some stuff off the bottom. And I'm excited for Terrence to go back and drink a beer and watch this at the comfort of his own home.
And you wonder if the mindset of Saturn coming into this fight was, well, hey, there's a couple of flyweights in the main event. Well, I'm going to make my own main event.
Well, I think, regardless of whether he was trying or not, I think he just did. Same with St. John, same with Miller. These fights are going to be very hard to top. They're not going to get better. They will be different.
And that's really what A1 Combat is all about. It's putting deserving fighters on an amazing pedestal to see who will get that big call. And we have so many fighters we've seen tonight that are on the precipice. And that's the beautiful thing about being here right now.
Yeah, we're going to see a whole bunch of these guys in the big show. Corey's in there barefoot. That's, you're going to have to wash those feet, especially with her skin. She's got, her crystal white skin without blood, so.
Well, our crew did an amazing job on the canvas as Garrett Fertig appears to have the judge's decision.
Man, two warriors, man. Those guys can hold their heads high.
Oh, yeah.
Do they have identical cuts? We got the right, that's the left eye. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
For these two warriors.
Blood brothers.
After 3 rounds of action-packed action, in our featured bout here at A1 Combat 17, we go to your 3 judges at cage side for the decision. Your first judge, Elliot Kelly, sees it 29-28, while judges Wade Vieira and Herb Dean both have it 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Terrence Saturn.
Man, what a fight to be proud of for both those guys. I feel for Miguel because he showed so much skill and so much heart, and when you don't get the win, it just stings. You get half your paycheck. You get to feel bad for yourself because you didn't get the W. I learned that a long time ago. Forget about the result. Take the lesson. Be proud of yourself, and both these guys can do that tonight.
No question about that, as Corey McKenna is going to get a word with the winner.
Okay, I'm here with your winner, Terrence. First of all, that was an amazing fight. How confident were you coming out of that?
I knew that I was up for the whole entire time. I mean, I took him down and held him down for, every single round. Definitely got some things to work on. I appreciate you guys giving me the chance to come out here and do what I love to do. Shout out to my family, my folks, everybody that came out here to support me.
That stare down after the first round was very intense. You had Urijah Faber shaking his boots down there. Bad blood or just in the moment?
No blood. No, it's never bad blood, ever. It's just business, it's part of the job is all. I got nothing but respect for everybody that I come up in here with. Mad props, mad respect to Miguel. Hey, Miguel, let's go get a beer after this, bro. On me.
Amazing performance. Before I let you go out there and get that beer, anyone else you'd like to thank here tonight?
I definitely want to thank my team, Nobody MMA, Train for Life, my coaches Anthony Ramos, Darius Levon, Devo, Coach Brandon Madoli. I want to thank Train for Life, Nobody MMA, Mac Entertainment, The Main Suite, Freshly Rooted Tribe, and Precision Paint, and then NCE Home Renovation. Thank you guys, and then thank you, Uriah Faber, thank you A1 Combat, thank you UFC Fight Pass. I appreciate it, man.
Okay, give it up for Terrence and Miguel. Amazing fight.
Well, he started wrestling when he was just 9 years old, and it was shortly thereafter he watched his first UFC fight, and he was mesmerized. And mesmerized is what he just did to everyone who saw his performance. Wrong Turn is certainly on the right path in his career, moving to 5-1 as a professional. This is a highlight reel of highlight reels.
Yeah, and I might have to go join those guys for a beer. I love guys that work hard, show out, and understand the life balance. So go have a beer, shake hands together, live to fight another day, and these guys just made each other better.
This truly could be a moment in the career of Terrence Saturn where he realizes that he's moving to the next step. And right now we're going to take a quick break. 2 fights to go. Co-main is up next.
I've been preparing for all or nothing situations my whole life. I wanted to win the Olympics, and I failed. I went to the World Championships, and I failed. But when I started fighting, I knew this was the time that it was all going to go right. I was led by fate and destiny that whole time. Everybody else started to realize it too.
Do you know how many women are changing the way they look at what's possible because of this woman?
It was the embodiment of an idea whose time had come.
Welcome back to A1 Combat 17 live on UFC Fight Pass. We are moments away from our co-main event 195-pound catch-weight bout as we go to Garrett Fertig.
And now please welcome Tony Charles.
Well, A1 Combat always guarantees that you'll see a plethora of styles, and perhaps no fighter entering this cage tonight has the kickboxing arsenal of the explosive and rangy Tony the Tiger Charles, a standout from the American Kickboxing Academy, training with Cain Velasquez, also a 3-time amateur champion. He enters the cage tonight with a 3-2 professional record, but this is his A1 Combat debut. Uriah, how difficult is it to face an opponent with a kickboxing prowess like the 6'3" Tony Charles?
For most people, very, very difficult. You know, striking. There's 2 very important disciplines for our sport. One with 4 limbs, or one with 2 limbs. Your boxing, the sweet science they call it, head movement, landing and deflecting damage to your body, to your head. Then there's kickboxing. Right? Kickboxing, Muay Thai kickboxing, traditional kickboxing. We've got Savate out in France. We've got traditional martial arts. This is knees, elbows, kicks, anything that you can do to put your opponent out. Now, the problem is the other side is Kevin Philippe. He is a kickboxer also. Kickboxer first, and has been in some nasty, nasty wars. So for these 2 guys, this is exactly what the doctor ordered. And again, we've had some amazing fights tonight. Are they beatable? No, but this one could match, but just be different.
Like you said, different is the key. Let's wait for his opponent.
And his opponent, Kevin Felipe Sampaio Piccini.
And a lot of people mispronounce Kevin's name. It's not Kevin, it's Kevum. And Kevum was a guy that came to us. Ricardo Ramos is his longtime training partner, UFC staple, and moved out here maybe a year and a half year and a half ago, and has been a huge asset to our team. Not only a great sparring partner for our big guys, guys like Ryan Loader that you've seen fight on our cards in the past, but also stepped in and been an instructor for us as well. His kickboxing is high level, and he's a dangerous guy. He's a kill or be kill guy, and that's what we want in this fight game, especially against a guy that is also a kickboxer.
This is going to be quite a battle. Now entering his 10th year as a pro, the Brazilian standout, Kevin Philippi, looks to kick off 2024 much like he did last year when he landed a jaw-rocking first-round knockout of David Wright, followed that up with another first-round knockout. And so he considers himself, like you mentioned, to be a stand-up fighter. He wants to knock people out. He feels like he's never been better. And now is the time to make the strongest run of his career, as we are going to check out the tail of the tape. Catch weight fight here, 195. Philippi coming in 194.6. Charles coming in 198.3. 2-inch height advantage for Charles. Experience advantage going to Philippi as we go to Garrett Fertig.
Now, from Sacramento, California, A1 Combat presents our co-main event scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds at a contract weight of 195 pounds, presented by Cap City Honda. And now we introduce first the blue corner, standing 6 feet, 3 inches tall, weighing 198.3 pounds, holding a professional record of 3 wins, 2 losses, representing American Kickboxing Academy from San Jose, California, Tony the Tiger Charles. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, standing 6 feet 1, weighing 194.6 pounds. His professional record stands at 7 wins, 6 losses, representing Rex Team and Team Alpha Male from Campinas, Sao Paulo, Brazil, presenting Kevin Felipe Sampaio Caccini. Your referee for our co-main event, Mike Bentron.
This sold-out crowd here at Sacramento State University has seen nothing but action, and it's about to continue. 195-pound catch weight.
So my only critique of Kevin is he throws caution in the wind. He is anything but afraid, but a knockdown, drag out. He'll risk big to win big.
Yeah, and that's something that his opponent actually touched on. He thinks that Kevin's actually a little bit reckless.
Wow.
One of the things I did like about Kevin, he says that he got the best knockout in California in his last fight.
Yeah, that's true. You know, and we've got a lot of big knockouts that have been happening lately from our team. You know, 3-in-1 night in the UFC between Andre Feely, and Josh Emmett, who's here tonight as well.
Well, Felipe's last 6 wins between kickboxing and MMA have been via knockout. He was one of the top-ranked kickboxers in Brazil before making his career journey to the U.S., and you can hear that kick all the way outside.
Neither of these guys hanging around here tonight with the action. You know, Kevin's an interesting character. I remember when his first fight fell out, he was devastated. And then yesterday, I think his opponent came in a little bit overweight, and I was told that he said, "I don't care, I just want to fight, it doesn't matter."
That's right. And he's the type of guy that is very dangerous and has a demeanor outside of the cage that is like the friendliest little puppy dog in the world. It's such a stark difference from the cage animal we get.
I feel like some of the scariest people are.
Yeah, I believe that. Great job on both sides. Charles is really being aggressive on the stand-up side, and Kevin has been working a lot on not getting taken down, and he's fighting hard to not get kept on the ground, because his strength is definitely these wild and devastating strikes.
Tony Charles, black belt in karate, 3-time amateur champion and state champion as well.
He's going back to that wrestling. I think this is a smart move, and I'm sure he's done his homework on Kevin.
Yeah, and this takes away that knockout power of Kevin. You know, when asked what he predicts and asked what his strategy is, Kevin just said knockout.
This guy isn't scared, man. Both these guys, man. Kevin loves a good fight.
I remember a few cards ago, some of the other team were starting a little problem, and Kevin was like, "Let's have a sparring day," trying to set up some stuff. But yeah, definitely an interesting character. Oof, nice jab from Tony Charles.
Charles, the 2-inch height advantage, bit of a reach advantage as well. Philippi coming in 7-6 as a pro with 4 knockouts. Charles 3-2.
Yeah, and that weight miss, I mean, that does help a little bit when you're carrying someone's weight. Oh, there we go. You can see the nasty intentions on these strikes, man.
Heavy blows for Charles. I feel like he's just staying a little bit tighter than Kevin, so it's allowing him to kind of beat him to the punch down the middle.
Oh wow! Oh wow! They get both Kevin and Charles have their shins cut. They must have met shins and gashed him there.
Yeah, I missed that one.
In a fight like this, between the two guys just throwing powerful blows, I mean, you have to wonder if conditioning, when that will come into play.
Yeah, I think the lights are going to go out before they get out of gas, but we will see. Again, when you talk about fights that make you happy you're not doing it, this is kind of, I think, tonight at the top of my list.
Philippi is all over Tony Charles. What a back fist, and he follows up.
For those that don't know, Ricardo Ramos at the corner, he's got 3 of those knockouts in the UFC spinning back fist, and this is his main training partner. What a nasty display of talent.
That landed square.
This is not seeing the end of this round, surely.
If Charles survives this, that is beyond impressive.
Wow, 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 wow. Look at this.
Something's in the water here tonight, because these fights have been insane.
That is rear naked choke, RNC. Yeah! And Tony Charles taps Tony Philippi with a dominant victory in the first round.
What a night. And props to Tony Charles, man. He went against a killer tonight. Ricardo Ramos, Fabio Prado in the corner. 2 legends in the game. Coach Fabio, so happy, man.
Urijah, we're going to have to see that spinning back fist in slow motion, because that's how quick it was in real time.
We're going to remake all the highlights of our whole organization off of these last 3 fights. This is crazy. And Kevin, he deserves this, man. This guy is such a humble guy and has sacrificed so much to be here, coming all the way up from Brazil.
And Urijah, as a fighter, how do you know in that moment to pull off a spinning back fist? Because you're essentially putting yourself in danger as well.
Well, when you say you, it's not me, because I don't know how to do it. This guy's practiced this time and time again, and he's taught this. Again, if you look at Ricardo Ramos in the corner right now, go look up spinning back fist Ricardo Ramos UFC, and you're going to see the exact same move time and time again.
And what about the patience of Philippi to take the back and then lock in the RNC? Just truly impressive.
You know, being out here in Sacramento has been a big thing for him. You know, back in Brazil, both Ricardo and Kevin don't have a big, extensive group of guys to train with. They've got each other, and Ricardo's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but blending it all together and being in this environment has been huge for him. And it showed out tonight. I mean, he got a submission win. He's a kickboxer. And I feel for Tony Charles. He took this on late notice.
Yeah.
Came in with a great skill set, but it was too much for him tonight.
Let's go to Garrett Fertig to make it official.
The rear naked choke brings on the finish. Official time, 4 minutes, 28 seconds of round number 1. Declaring your winner by submission, Kevin Felipe Sampaio Cucini.
Felipe moving to 8-6 as a professional, and Urijah, you said it. It's all about adding different levels to your game. That's his 2nd submission victory, and what a victory it was, as Corey McKenna is going to get a word.
Man, I love this guy's energy, and we'll get to hear some of his personality show through.
Okay, I'm here with your winner, Kevin, I know you wanted a knockout, but tonight you got the best of both worlds. How'd you feel coming out of there?
I'm feeling great. That's not how I think I want to finish the fight with submission, but he gave me the opportunity. I have to use it, and that's it. I search for knockout all the time. I am a knockout artist. And my opponent, he was almost 20 pounds over than me. And I say, I want this fight. I need this fight. I have to go. No chance to get out. Woo! I am ready for everybody. Let's go. 185, 170, come on. I am here. I am the champ. Save my name, you'll see me soon. I promise. I want my belt.
Okay, well, you answered my next question, so I'm just going to build on to anyone you'd like to thank here tonight, coaches, team, sponsors.
I am grateful to be part of Team Alpha Male, a bunch of high-level fighters. They make me better every day. I'm feeling right now, I'm ready for everybody. No one can beat me. And thank you, Urijah Faber, Team Alpha Male, everybody is with us every day. I'm grateful to be here. Thank you. I want my bonus, best finish of the night.
Amazing performance. Congratulations, Kevin.
Well, he lives by the phrase, rewards come to those who always seek the top, and he just made it very clear, Urijah, he wants to continue in a big way.
Yeah, the history is he was supposed to be fighting for the title tonight, and his opponent dropped out. He had a very tough opponent, wasn't able to make it, and so he was expecting, preparing, and excited for a title fight. So when the weight wasn't met, of course, his opponent came in on short notice and was not able to make the weight. He said, I want to fight. That's what I do. I fight. I want to fight. I don't care. He didn't even think about it once, but he wanted to be for the title. He wants to be for the title. He wants to be the champion. He's won championships in other organizations, and he is a knockout artist.
And what he just did is he made it very clear he is so deserving of a title opportunity after what he just did.
Yeah, so one thing about Kevin that I should probably touch on, funny enough, last week I was having a conversation with him and he told me concussions were something fabricated by Americans. We made it up. He doesn't believe in it. So definitely a different mindset with that guy right there.
Easy to say that when he's giving them out and not taking them.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
As a physical therapist, I may disagree for a second there, but nonetheless, on behalf of that performance, we all say obrigado to Kevin Felipe. Wow, truly incredible, but we are not done yet. We'll be right back with our main event.
Sean Strickland, he is a born fighter.
He loves to fight. He loves violence. Fighting is my calling. I'm one of the best fighters in the world. Oh! I ain't slowing down. I ain't stopping. I want the title. Let's do this.
Congratulations to Strickland.
And now Strickland's talking to him. Oh my goodness!
Absolutely insane. Sean Strickland has produced one of the biggest upsets in UFC championship history. But here is the South African finisher, Drakis Du Plessis.
He's a huge, powerful middleweight.
And this man has got a serious point to prove. Drakis Du Plessis, do you believe it?
Wow.
Title fight next.
I have too much power. Nothing's going to stop me.
It is going to be a war.
The MMA leader in the quick white north. Woo!
Here we go, folks. Sean Strickland. I will fight who you put in front of me. Let's go.
Drakis Du Plessis.
An absolute tank. He smashes people.
I want to become the first South African UFC champion.
This title is vacant. Will now crown a new queen atop the 135-pound division.
Raquel Pennington. She has a lot of ways to win and a lot of experience.
But Warner Silva's never lost in this weight class.
She loves to fight. Two sensational matchups.
Well, we're all going to have to rehydrate after tonight to get ready for UFC 297, but right now, let's get ready for our main event.
Please welcome the first fighter in our main event, Devon Jackson.
His daily mantra is can't stop, won't stop, and he lives it. Training 5 to 6 times a week at Mercenary Combat Academy, was a 4-time All-American, not to mention giving his mat wisdom to the athletes at Pasco High School in Washington State as the head wrestling coach. This freestyle fighter believes that the most important lesson he's learned in his career is simply don't play with your food, finish the fight when it's there. What an opportunity this is for Devon Jackson. Will he keep this fight horizontal? That is the question. He's a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he considers himself to have the Mamba mentality. And Urijah, he predicted a first-round finish tonight.
Well, that's a tall task. He's got his hands full tonight, but I love the confidence. I love the goal. The goal is go in there, kill or be killed, and his goal is to kill. If you look at a guy like this who puts pride in wrestling, that says a lot about what he's going to do. I mean, he's going to grind, he's going to be in tough situations, he's going to have body awareness, and he's going to be looking for a finish. The stark contrast on the other side is a guy like Jack Duffy that has been a lifetime jiu-jitsu player. And again, we've seen these matchups before when it's wrestler versus jiu-jitsu player. They both have to have a little bit of a mesh between the two, but sometimes these grappling, strong athletes end up canceling each other out and really duking it out. So that's a possibility as well.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sacramento's own Jack Duffy.
When you begin your professional career on a 6-fight win streak, and only one of those fights has gone past the first round, it's more than apropos to call yourself the Fury, because Jack Duffy has had an impressive submission arsenal with 4 of his 6 victories coming via the tap out, 3 via the RNC, including his A1 Combat debut back in April. Now here's what's interesting about Jack Duffy, a long layoff. 3.5 years that included a major life change, Corey. He moved to Hawaii, got sober, trained in the jungle, got rid of drugs and alcohol, became the best version of himself, and now that he's back on the mainland, he feels like he's better than he ever was before.
And I have to agree, I've seen him in the gym, and even his body, he's been sober, that's one thing, for a few years now. He's really taken health and nutrition and being a holistic athlete serious this time around, and I've seen the change in his body. I used to give him a lot of crap, make fun of him because he's the type of guy that can take a good joke, and I can't do it anymore. His body actually looks like an athlete, not like it used to, and I'm proud of the changes that he's made. We're going to see results in here of what's going to happen. He's got a very tough task in front of him with Devon Jackson.
Yeah, Jack Duffy said he beat a guy in Josh Van who's 10-1 and 3-0 in the UFC, so he thinks he's ready for me, but he doesn't know who I am. Nobody knows who I am outside of the people that know me. So Jack Duffy's coming out here tonight ready to prove to everybody that he is a level above what everybody thinks.
And you know, Duffy feels like, even though he's 6-0, we haven't seen the best of him. He said, this is really the first fight I've ever been completely healthy and my body is completely clean.
And I think that's the truth, man. And he's kind of like a wildcat, this guy. Like the way he's raised, he's got a great family dynamic. He's very close with his parents, his brothers in his corner. But he's a wild man, a real wild man. You're going to see that come out. Go back and watch the celebration dance. You know, don't show your girlfriend, but go show somebody. It's entertaining, that's for sure.
Well, tail and tape, both fighters making weight. Jack Duffy, 2-inch height advantage, and of course the undefeated record as Garrett Fertig is about to set the stage.
Live from Sacramento State University, A1 Combat 17 caps off the evening with our main event presented by Perfect Union Dispensaries, set for 3 5-minute rounds in the flyweight division. Introducing first, the blue corner, standing 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing 124.8 pounds, with a professional record of 3 wins, 1 loss. Tonight, he makes his A1 Combat debut, representing Mercenary Combat Academy from Kennewick, Washington, Devon, the relentless DJ Quick Jackson. And now introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, Standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, his official weight 125.4 pounds, with an impressive submission victory in his A1 combat debut. He returned to undefeated at 6-0. 4 of his 6 wins coming by submission, representing Team Alpha Male and Nexus BJJ from Sacramento, California. Please welcome Jack the Fury Duffy. The referee for our main event, Herb Dean.
And who better to officiate this main event than the great Herb Dean?
Some great highlights of Herb Dean kicking people's butt out there. They keep popping up on my my popular page. He was a beast back in his day too.
Still is.
Oh yeah.
So we touched a little bit on the adversity of Jack Duffy coming out here, but straight in for the shot. Sorry, cutting off my train of thought, but Duffy not hanging around here.
Yeah, he's a grappling ace. I mean, not wrestling per se, just all around. And he's got a kind of an extra sense to him that is just like a kid that's been fighting. You know, like grew up fighting, loves fighting, is all in on fighting. I feel like he has some natural awareness and ability that I haven't seen from a lot of guys.
Well, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, Jack's just got to be careful hanging on to his guillotine here. You know, Duffy's all across the body. We've seen it before. Got the opportunity for the Von Flue here.
Right. That's your Von Flue.
Bread and butter.
So what Jackson needs to do is he needs to create space, almost like he's trying not to get pinned, and get his hand underneath Duffy across his chest and get an underhook. Oh, there he goes. He bellies out. Now he's got wrist control.
Oh, quickly taking the back.
Duffy's trying to get the legs in, and Jackson's doing a good job of keeping him out. Now the leg is in. Oh, nope, not yet.
And Urijah, to add even more intrigue to this fight, you know, the current flyweight champion, Joseph Morales, he won back at A1 Combat 8, but he's injured, so whoever does walk away with the victory could really be in title contention.
Yeah, and you know, depending on what happens with Joseph, we may have to free that thing up. It's been a long time, and see what's going to happen. But Jack was actually in line prior, but had 2 fights fall out for the belt. So he definitely has his eye on that prize.
And Corey, when you and I asked Jack Duffy about his style, his response, I fight like a Russian, I fight angry.
I don't know. I mean, I guess he knows quite a few Russians on our team, but, you know, is that a stereotype? I don't know.
Duffy definitely has an interesting personality. I believe last time we spoke to him before his last fight, he described his style as monkey style. So very creative. We did see him pee on the cage as he crawled in too. So very animalistic in there.
Yeah. And look at that lace that he has. He's got a lanky body for a 125-pounder. And he's doing a good job of controlling his opponent. And Devin Jackson's staying calm. I mean, he's got to untie the knot here, and he's being nice and patient.
Oh my goodness!
Jesus Christ.
Devon Jackson crashing down.
Man, what a durable head that guy has. He really just got his noggin snapped on the head.
I was about to say Devon Jackson is a true powerhouse at 125, but
man, that wrestling game of Jack is looking pretty dang good right about now. You know, he's been putting his time in, and again, it's great to have him in the room when he's in there, but when he's not, he's doing something active.
Jack is a very tricky fighter. He's got a little bit of an unorthodox striking style. His grappling's very tricky. He's very slick. And I think that comes from, you know, the experience. He's been doing jiu-jitsu for 19 years, MMA for 16 years. There's not many people that step into this cage that boast that much experience, especially at his age.
Yeah, and he was on home studies just doing jiu-jitsu, and he said he went to school because he wanted to wrestle. But that's the only reason he went to school, he said, was so I could get some wrestling in. He's an all-in martial artist for a very long time.
Hey, with Sac State, he'd be able to go to school and pursue his MMA, so no excuses these days.
That's right.
Jack Duffy could be valedictorian of Combat University.
And this has been a one-sided fight thus far against a tough opponent, and I know the UFC's got their eyes on this match. You know, Contender Series is coming up very soon here. There's all sorts of short notice opportunities coming in. Jack as another guy that took a lot of time off and has come right back way better than he was before.
Well, Duffy told me he felt so strong about this camp between everyone at Nexus Jiu-Jitsu and Team Alpha Male giving him the best possible training partners. He feels like, yes, he's 6-0, but he said that's a shadow of who I truly am. And thus far, over the first 4.5 minutes, that's what we've seen.
Yeah, if he would have stayed the course, he'd probably be pretty far into his career. He started with guys like Andre Fili, who's now, I think, 20-something fights into a UFC career. He just took his time and had to get his life straight before, he goes on his run, but it's coming.
Yeah, and clearly, that decision paid off for him. He's having a dominant performance here tonight. Impressive as always from Duffy.
Out of all the highlights, a spinning back fist, that slam on the head is going to be pretty hard to not put on the highlight reel.
All the credit in the world to Devon Jackson for surviving that landing. And, Jack Duffy he's very unique the way he entered his corner.
Definitely comfortable in there.
Yeah, he's chilling, doing his own thing. And look, on the far side over there, Devin, he needs to be on notice. This man can wrestle as well. He came in with a strong wrestling pedigree, got out wrestled, got taken down, got re-dropped onto his head. So he's got to regroup and recalibrate and try a new skill set.
His cervical spine was definitely torqued there as he landed, but
yeah, he's built like a brick shithouse, so he's good.
Well, Devon Jackson prides himself on always challenging himself with multiple different workouts throughout the week, so he could be ready at any given moment.
Jack's got a little fire in his step. He's looking antsy over there.
Round 2 underway. Main event of A1 Combat 17, and Duffy going right in for the single leg.
Duffy is not hanging around here tonight. Definitely coming out here to make a statement. And as we mentioned, hats off to Devon Jackson. True heart. Many guys would have been disheartened after that first round, but he's come out and he's still in this fight, not counting him out at all.
I'm super impressed with Jack and his wrestling. I mean, he's always had grappling first and foremost, but adding to that wrestling game is paying off big time right now. And he likes to strike too. He loves to strike actually. He's just having a one-sided, go at this thing on the grappling side.
We finished the first round with Duffy on his back, and we've got over 4 minutes left to play of this round, and Duffy's found himself back on the back of Jackson. So, as we mentioned previously, he has multiple rear naked choke wins, so let's see if he can implement that here right now. He's got plenty of time to work.
Well, Duffy's been so explosive, but on top of that, you're right, he's so fluid, just how he's able to take control that quickly.
Yeah, he's got a goal in mind. He's going right for the attack, and he talked about being in the room at Team Alpha Male, and we also have Nexus Jiu-Jitsu that he spends a lot of time. Guys like Billy Brand, who's another star in our A1 Combat cage. It's really a good recipe for this guy, man. I mean, look how it's all coming together and against a tough opponent.
Devon Jackson able to get back to his feet, and this is really an important moment here for Jackson to try to mount something.
Yeah, definitely. Great job from Jackson getting back to his feet. That makes a statement. Duffy was able to hold him down and control him in the first round. He's managed to get back to his feet. Hopefully he can change the tide a little bit here and start to implement his own game coming into the second round. Great job getting the body lock there. Looking to turn Duffy off the cage. Beautiful work.
Jackson's a blue belt in jiu-jitsu in his own right.
He's pushing hard for that body lock. Now he takes the back against the cage, looking for his own, looking for a little payback there.
And as I was starting to touch on earlier, we talked about the adversity of Duffy, but Jackson says that he lost his dad and his best friend back to back, and he said that that's something that really drives him forward in this fight. So both guys coming in here with a lot of motivation and a lot of heart.
Yeah, sometimes those hard parts of life are things that can drive you, and we're seeing, again, getting out of bad position, getting back into bad position, and still fighting.
Yeah, pressure makes diamonds, as they say.
That's right. Jack's doing a great job of pulling at the top of the head. He's pulling at the forehead, under the nose, and then under the chin, working his way up the body. The further you are from from the core of the body, the weaker someone is. So when you start pulling on the top of the head, that's step one to get underneath that chin. But Devin's doing a great job of fighting that rear naked and continuing to push forward. But if you look at Jack's legs, he's really deep with those vines. He's got what we call a high thigh leg ride, and this is a painful way to put the leg, to have the legs put in. There's a vine ride, which is across. This is, right on top, like you're riding a guy like a horse.
Yeah, Duffy's doing a great job of controlling this round. He's got a minute and a half left to work, and right now, Jackson's just having to carry his weight and do his best to survive. He's doing a good job of fighting the hands, but, Duffy's wearing him down here.
He's got a body lock now. That's taking the breath away. It's putting pressure on the ribs. Some little pepper shots, just trying to set up the choke.
Duffy has really been unrelenting throughout these first 2 rounds.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating for a guy like Devin. I mean, you want to get up and you want to fight, and you're just getting... Oh, that's at the chin.
Oh, not quite locked in.
Good look at this, right around the chin, over the face. And that's painful, but I don't know if it's a game ender.
Jackson's doing a great job of fighting the hands. We've got 45 seconds left. I think we're looking at another can he survive type round. Great job from Duffy to unlock that body triangle, follow back up, re-secure the back, and lock it back in. Duffy's just so situationally sound here, positionally sound, sorry. But very impressed with both guys, Jackson's got great heart, he's persevering. And we've got a whole nother round to enjoy now, fortunately.
Yeah, and that figure 4 on the body, again, for a guy like Jack that's been grappling, I think we said, 19 years, and how old is he?
Yeah, he's 28 years of age. That body triangle's perfect for Duffy. He's so long for the division. You got, Uriah's only 4'10", and so he's a giant for this weight class.
I wouldn't be able to keep that. Well, the one thing is, no one can put their legs on a body lock around my body because I'm round AF right now.
That's because you got 2 kids. Dad bod.
What a dominant first 2 rounds for Jack Duffy. You talk about dictating the pace. That is what we have seen throughout these first 10 minutes.
Yeah, and he hasn't given Devin a chance to make any moves on him. He's being offensive, and the best defense, good offense. And I'm sure Devin's frustrated over there because he's obviously prepared and he considers himself a wrestler. And he's really getting out wrestled here by our jiu-jitsu ace.
Yeah, I think we're going to need to see some drastic changes in the Jackson corner. Definitely 2 rounds down, no question about it. But, he's got 5 minutes left to come out here and make a statement and see if he can change the tune of this fight.
Well, that's the question, Corey. Jackson has to realize he's probably down 2 rounds. What adjustments can you make at this point?
I mean, he needs to stop Duffy from getting his hands on him. Plain and simple. He doesn't seem to have an answer for that grappling. He's not doing anything wrong. I just think Duffy's that small step ahead.
He's really good at what he's doing right now. And there you go. That's what he needs. He needs to land some big punches.
Overcommitted, allowed Duffy to get in. Right idea, though. I think you need to give Duffy something to worry about on the feet.
100%. Your options here, I think submission's out the window. It's knockout or nasty cut. Those are the 2 options.
And Devon Jackson definitely went for the haymaker just moments ago, but Duffy, so elusive.
Duffy is relentless in these positions, he's not allowing any space at all. Great job from Jackson to reverse him. Oh, and beautiful reap.
A nice reap on the inside trip. He pulled the ankle out, and now we're going to see the bottom game of Jack and the top game of Devin for the first time in the fight.
Exactly. Final round of our main event. A1 Combat 17 on UFC Fight Pass. Jack Duffy in the white, Devon Jackson in the black. Both fighters back to their feet. You can say this about Jackson, tremendous conditioning, and he has not let up this entire fight.
And he's winding up on those punches. It's gotten him in trouble because he swings so hard he's missing, but the intent's right. You got to land one of those, and you got to hurt Jack, otherwise this is going to slip away. We've seen Jack hurt one time before in a fight. It's always on our highlight. He won that fight in
beautiful question
big
mark
fashion.
kick.
Whoa, nice.
I love it. And that's what I was saying earlier about Duffy striking. You know what I mean? That question mark kick was beautiful. Gave Jackson something to think about. Shot in on the takedown. He's very tricky. He's very elusive. And yeah, like just goes to show why he's undefeated.
Yeah, and for a longer guy for the weight class, he's super coordinated. I mean, he does a good job of bringing his body with his punches. When he commits to a shot, his whole hips are committed. He's doing a great job. And now we're back in that high thigh, double leg in cowboy ride where he's got Devin in a bad spot. Let's see if there's a finish.
You talk about being elusive. There is an elusive power behind Duffy. You'd think he took a few kinesiology courses. He really knows angles. He really knows the body, and he has been flawless throughout this fight.
Yeah, in Jack's time in Hawaii, I check in on him from time to time, like, hey, you still alive? And he said, yeah, man, in the best shape of my life. He's out working on land, his family land, trying to get his family situated out there and being healthy. And that's paying off big time for him. I mean, talk about a guy that understands about all-in commitment now after a lot of years of not having the commitment. Oh.
Jack Duffy has 2 minutes to retain his 100% finish rate.
And once again, Duffy, more of the same, has the back of Devon Jackson.
Devon is in a nightmare. It's like a storm that isn't killing you, but makes you sit in bed all day. You know, that's what he's going through right now, and it's got to be frustrating because I know he wants to win, but he's really being outclassed right now by a high-level grappler.
Yeah, Jackson just doesn't seem to have an answer for this position from Duffy, but with a minute and a half left, maybe his win today could just be taking away Jack Duffy's finish rate.
Yeah, that would be a victory in itself. I think Jack is not looking for that to happen, and I love that energy. You know, he's obviously got the win in the bag if it stays this way, but looking for the finish is something that we want to see out of our fighters.
Yeah, and that's something Duffy prides himself on. You know, I mean, not many fighters can say that they have a 100% finish rate. I know very few, in fact. But very impressive fight. You know, he's absolutely dominated. He's been relentless, non-stop pressure, and again, hats off to Jackson for his heart and for his perseverance, because some of these positions he's been in have, he's been in some deep water.
Yeah, would have stopped a lot of other people.
Yeah.
And we talk about Duffy.
There it goes.
Oh, wait a minute.
This is it. He's got it in time. He's gonna go.
It's locked in. 35 seconds to go.
35 seconds. Let's see if he's got it.
I think he's out. I think he slipped just enough.
Can Duffy maintain the finish rate? And Jackson.
Man, what a tough dude Devin Jackson is, and what a try for Jack. He wants that finish so bad.
Yeah, I know Jack's going to be kicking himself after this, but this is an amazing performance against, a game opponent.
Without question. You're right. You talk about Duffy may have a wild personality, but he has been nothing but disciplined throughout these 3 rounds.
Yeah, and again, I'm not looking forward to the dance afterwards. I was just joking earlier.
Okay,
Corey, close your eyes. Hector, where you at?
That'll do it for the main event as we go to the scorecards. Corey McKenna heading into the cage. What an impressive performance by the Fury, Jack Duffy, looking to move to 7-0. His first time going to a decision, but Urijah, it really was a clinic.
Man, that was a clinic, and it wasn't anything done wrong on the other side other than one guy being great at implementing his game plan and not making any mistakes at all, really. I mean, there's a few moments where the tides turn for brief moments, but all in all, Jack had kind of a flawless performance. Saw him dominate a very tough opponent.
And he's been wanting this. He told me earlier this week he's had 5 fights canceled over the course of his career due to people backing out. He's been chomping at the bit to be in this kind of spotlight. Main event on UFC Fight Pass for A1 Combat. This is the moment he was looking for.
Yeah, and you know what? The guy deserves it. Yep. It's one thing to be a guy that's dedicated your life with 19 years in a discipline. It's another thing to completely change your life for the better, and he's going to inspire a lot of people. So congratulations to Jack tonight, and head up to Devin, who had a tough night out, but showed a lot of heart and a lot of skill.
Oh, without question, Devon Jackson is a true warrior. All the credit in the world to him. I know his entire wrestling team should be very proud at Pasco High School as we check out some of the incredible action from this main event. As we go to the judges' scorecards, it appears that Jack Duffy is going to walk away 7-0, but that does remain to be seen.
Yeah, and I want to hear the messages that come out of Jack's mouth. I hope he speaks about his life changes, because that's something that people need to hear. That's something that people need to imitate.
3.5 years is a long time to be away, but he's back. And let's go to Garrett Fertig.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of packed action in our main event of A1 Combat 17, we go to your 3 judges at cage side for the decision. Judges Elliot Kelly and Mike Bentron both see it 30-27, while Judge Wade Vieira sees it 30-26 for your winner by unanimous decision, Jack the Fury Duffy.
Well, Jack Duffy said this week he's been unknown long enough, and it's time to be seen. And seen he was, remaining undefeated, as Corey McKenna is going to get a word with the victor.
Jack, what a dominant performance. Congratulations on your black belt. I'm not going to delay any further. You've already warned me. You just want to make a speech. Let him have it.
Well, different story with my performance. He's strong as hell, but decision in my eyes is not a victory. It's, in a fight to the death, we'd still be fighting right now. So this isn't a win, not for me at least. So yeah, I'm going to get back in it, finish the next guy, but a decision's not a win. I mean, I do want Josh Van in the UFC. The only guy Devin's beat, Josh Van is lost to Devin, only guy to beat Van, so I want him. UFC, let's make it happen. Mick Maynard, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Anybody you'd like to thank here tonight? Sponsors, Tim?
Yeah, shout out All In K9, Rafa Inks Tattoo, D. Christina Construction, fucking Bang for Bang, Pest Pros. Thank you guys for supporting me in my journey. And everyone back on Big Island, I love you, I miss you. Coming home soon, Team Alpha Male. Next is Jiu-Jitsu. Thank all of you guys. UFC Gym, Hilo, I love you guys. Thank you for the support. Next time, I'll get a finish, get a win, a real win. So.
Okay, one last thing. I know you're not really in the mood, but Urijah Faber can't stop talking about your dance moves. Can we get a little dance for Urijah?
This is exactly what I was hoping for, man. Hector, get Corey. There we go.
Okay, give it up for your main event winner, Jack Duffy.
And that is how you close out.
We're going to be selling them right out here. We made some fight shirts. Help support me in my career. If you guys want one, we'll be right out here in this room selling them. So thank you guys for coming out. Sacramento, I love you. Let's go out tonight.
Well, Urijah, as Team Alpha Male enters its 20th year, you have to be proud of a performance like that. So disciplined, and you look at all the trials and tribulations Jack Duffy has been through, and now he appears to be back to the level where he really wants to be. Yeah, and I mean, I wish I could take more credit for that, but really it was about him finding himself and finding a clean life. I mean, that's where you see people like Jack Duffy reach their potential, and so for him to showcase tonight and have that message that he can carry for the rest of his life, his family, the people that are watching him, because he's going to be something big in the UFC, and I love to see the story on top of it. No question about that. Speaking of big, congratulations once again, Combat University in conjunction with Sacramento State. Tell the people once again how they can learn more information. Yeah, so look at the Sac State website. We've got a bunch of information about the first ever combat university in the world, where we've got financial aid, we've got assistance to get you to the place you want to be, a real finite way to architect a career in mixed martial arts and continue your higher education. For me, a higher education has been
priceless in my journey as a fighter and in life. So I hope people are excited about that. Thank you to Dr. President Luke Wood, who was a visionary there, and thank you to Tom Anderson, I call him Dana Whitish, for an amazing fight tonight.
Well, truly honored to be sitting next to a trailblazer like yourself. Do not forget, A1 Combat 18 will be February 22nd, so mark it on your calendars. Once again, live on UFC Fight Pass, as we are going to take a look back at a non-stop night of action, Urijah, from start to finish. It was truly incredible in so many ways.
Absolutely. I mean, talk about fight after fight that you say, oh my gosh, how can we beat that? Time and time again. Even here, the fight with our first fight of the night, that fight was amazing, and it just got better and better and better. So pumped for the great fights. We got Joy Pendel getting her first W, Sinjin back in the mix, Miller throwing hands in the pocket. This night was filled with amazing fights, and I'm so happy it happened here at Sac State on a monumental day.
This truly was all about the beauty and the violence of mixed martial arts. We saw a little bit of everything. There's Terrence Saturn with a truly bloody and impressive victory. And how about the spinning back fist by Kevin Filippi as he went in and locked in the rear naked choke. And then, of course, in the main event, Jack Duffy putting on a true mixed martial arts clinic as he wins and moves on to 7-0. We can't thank you enough for joining us live on UFC Fight Pass for A1 Combat 17. Please come back February 22nd for A1 Combat 18. For the great Urijah Faber, for Garrett Fertig, and for Corey McKenna, I'm Johnny LaQuasto. See you next time. Duffy said this week.
Defended by the young Titan. Wow.
He gives him the Urijah.
Carly Chandler with an opportunity to tap out the goal.
This time he's in trouble.
Bad spot here. The submission, Miguel Ceja.
It's been an amazing night of fights. From top to bottom,